I'm Anil Kumar, and this video is for my student Gurmeen, who wants to understand co-function identities. So what I've done here is taken all trigonometric ratios and some combinations. And let's see how to figure out and solve such a question. The question here is simplify sine 90 degrees minus x divided by cos 180 degrees minus x plus tan of 270 degrees minus x over cot of minus x plus secant 360 degrees minus x cosecant 270 degrees minus x, right? Now to solve some questions, you may remember all the rules relating co-functions. That's one option. The other option is that you may understand some basic concepts. So definitely we'll go with the basic concepts, right? So here we have three diagrams which are going to help us figure out this solution. The first one here we'll use for finding out in which quadrant which ratio is positive. So all are positive here, sine is positive here, tan is positive there, and cosine in quadrant 4, correct? So we know these are the quadrants and we call them quadrants 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now obviously if sine is positive, that also means that reciprocal of sine is positive, right? So that means cosecant is also positive. Here cot is positive and here secant is positive. Is that okay? And here all are positive as far as the reciprocal ratios go, right? Now the next thing which we are going to understand is what is 180 minus x type of things. So let's consider a triangle here with an angle of x degrees. And let the sides of this triangle be, let's call them A and B, right? So A and B. Now if I rotate this, let me do 180 minus x kind of thing. If I do 180 minus x, that means we rotate it and comes to this position. So this angle here will be 180 degrees minus x. Well, if I make something like this, that will be 180 plus x, correct? I could also do this portion, which could be either minus x or you could say 360 degrees minus x, one and the same thing. Is that okay? So you could go clockwise saying minus x. But in all these diagrams, what you see is base remains base. I mean, A and B remains as it is. They don't flip the position. So if you have this kind of a scenario, for example, if I have cos of 180 plus minus x, we are definitely going to get this as cos of x. It could have different sign. It could have plus minus, right? And now most of the time if we do with 180, in these two quadrants cos is negative, so it's going to be negative. Does it make sense to you? Anyway, we'll not go into further details. We'll switch to this part. Here if we have a triangle with x degrees and again with the sides A and B, and if I rotate this triangle by, let us say, 90 minus x or 90 plus x. So if I do 90 minus x, it becomes kind of like this. Do you see that? So this angle is 90 degrees minus x. What do you notice? Or if I do this kind of like this, so that angle becomes 90 degrees plus x. What do you notice? Now in both these cases, B, which is the smaller side, comes to the base and the longer side becomes the opposite side. So here we see co-functions. And therefore, whenever such identities are involved, we call them co-function identity. So what basically happens here is that cos becomes sine. So cos terms becomes sine and vice versa, right? Tan becomes cotangent and vice versa. So whenever you have to solve these type of expressions, you have to look into two aspects, and let's see how. So let's copy this question. Okay, so what we have here is sine 90 degrees minus x divided by cos 180 degrees minus x plus tan 270 degrees minus x over cot minus x plus secant 360 degrees minus x over cosecant 270 degrees minus x. We could have taken some plus also anyway. So the first one here is cos 90 minus x. It is a scenario here. You are in quadrant 1. In quadrant 1 all are positive, and therefore this remains positive. Since it is 90 plus minus kind of thing, it is a cofunction identity, sign changes to cos. So I could write this as equal to this one as cos x, right? So cofunction 90 plus minus. Cos 180 minus x means we are in this quadrant 180 minus x. Quadrant 2, cos is negative, so it has to be negative, but cos remains as cos. So it is again cos plus. Tan 270 minus x is kind of like this. 270 minus x, you are in quadrant 3, where tan is positive, so it remains positive, but tan becomes cotangent x. Do you see that? Okay. Cot minus x means you are in this quadrant now. Perfect. Cot remains cot. It's like 360 minus. So it is still cot. However, it becomes negative. The last one here, ratio is of secant 360 minus x. That means you are in quadrant 4. Secant in quadrant 4 is positive, so it remains positive. So it remains at secant x. Cosecant 270 minus x means you are in quadrant 3. Cosecant is negative, so it is negative. Since it is 270, it is a cofunction identity. Cosecant becomes secant. Do you understand that? Now it is very simple. Cos x over cos x with minus 1 is minus 1. Cot x over cot x with minus 1 is minus 1. And here secant x over secant x plus, that gives you minus 1 again, and so we get minus 3 as our result. Perfect. So that is how you can simplify, or rather in this case, even evaluate the given trigonometric expression. I hope the concept is clear, well taken. Feel free to write your comments and share your views. If you like, that'd be great. Thanks and all the best.